Hello children, welcome back to Uma Talks, and here I am with standard 10th biology. Okay, so today we are starting with a new chapter, chapter 15, our environment. Okay, now our environment, what comes to your mind actually when you hear about, as you hear this name, our environment. Okay, our environment, everything around us that makes up the nature, the air, the plants, the water, the soil, okay, everything our environment. And you must have also heard your grandparents, your parents telling that during our times the environment used to be very good and now it has degraded. Okay, so children, you also must have seen in the news that global summits are being organized, okay, in order to improve the condition of the environment. In all the countries it is getting degraded. The pollution is the main reason. Okay, now here today we are going to study this environment, and the first topic which I am going to take is the structure of the environment. Okay, what is ecosystem? First, the structure of the environment. Now when we talk about the environment, the first and the foremost thing comes is the ecosystem. Or let me talk about the environment first, because you are dealing it for the first time. So what is it made up of? It is made up of all the living organisms. Instead of writing, let me speak to you. It is made up of all the living organisms, whether we talk about the plants, the animals, the birds, the insects, okay, all these living organisms as well as the non-living components. Okay, all these are interrelated, you can say interdependent upon each other, and that is what makes the ecosystem, that is what makes the environment. And the relationship which is created, the result is the environment. Okay, so ecosystem normally is made up of all the living components and the non-living components. Okay, the interaction between the living and the non-living components makes up the ecosystem. Now children, today I am going to give you two terms. Okay, biotic, one is biotic and another one is abiotic. Now what is biotic and what is abiotic? Now biotic is that which is living. It means all the plants, all the animals, all the birds, insects, okay, all these living things, all the living components will come under biotic component. And abiotic component, the soil, the temperature, okay, the water, all these will come into abiotic component. They do play a very important role in the life cycle, in the growth as well as reproduction of all these biotic components, isn't it? We are dependent upon, or you, if indirectly you say, okay, we are dependent upon the plants. All the living organisms on the universe is dependent upon the plants for the food, isn't it? And the plants are dependent upon the soil, isn't it? The soil, the water, the sun, the solar energy. So these are again abiotic components. So finally, abiotic and biotic makes us alive, helps us to grow, helps us to reproduce, and also helps us in all the other metabolic functions which is being carried out in our body. Must have studied life processes. The life processes continues due to this the interrelationship between the biotic and the abiotic components. Okay, now let us take the biotic. Let me talk about the biotic components. Okay, when we talk about the biotic components, children, again it is divided into three. Ecosystems we have, it is divided into three. The first one is producers, okay, the second is consumers, okay, and the third is decomposers. Now let me take an example of a fish aquarium in your home, or let me take an example of your garden. Okay, your garden must have got some flower plants, okay, roses or some other, whatever plants it may be, guavas, mangoes, whatever plants it may be, okay, and even some grasses over there, okay. It also must be harboring earthworms, small birds must be coming into your garden, okay. So all these are the organisms. And how does those plants grow into your garden? With the help of the soil, the water which you plant to the which you give to the plants, isn't it? The solar energy which comes from the sun, the heat which comes from the sun, and the fertilizers, manures, whatever you provide, that is. So all those provide the plant. Okay, so that is what happens in the garden. Garden also is an ecosystem. Okay, that is a man-made ecosystem, not a natural ecosystem. But when we talk about a forest, a river, ocean, okay, these are natural ecosystems. So ecosystems also can be divided into artificial, man-made and natural ecosystems. So forest is a natural because you have quite varieties of animals, quite varieties of birds, insects, okay, and the non-living components are there. So this is what is the forest natural component. An aquarium, when I talk about, even the garden in your house, that also you have created it. So that is again a man-made. Croplands, if you say, खेती जो करते हैं, okay, that is also man-made because we try to grow crops over there. Finally, the rats or small insects come over there, harboring it. So the plants, animals, okay, they all have an interrelationship. And finally, it is dependent upon the soil, the water, the temperature, the sun rays. Okay, so that is what. Then let me talk about the aquarium. Yes, the aquarium which you have, there we have the fishes. It's little larger one, and you provide oxygen to it. Okay, so you have the bubbler through which the oxygen is provided to it. So it gets oxygen. We provide food to it. Okay, the droplets of food which we get it in the market. So food is provided to it. Okay, and that is how it is man-made. So man-made ecosystems, natural ecosystems and artificial. The pond and all which we made, that is again an artificial ecosystem. Okay, so man-made ecosystem and natural ecosystem, artificial ecosystem. I hope that must be clear. Now, abiotic components, that is also clear. Let me talk about the producers. As in the very beginning, I told you children that producers normally all the plants. The Amazon forest was burning a few last year, I hope, if you remember, isn't it? Okay, so that harbors, that produces the maximum of oxygen required by the whole of the people on the earth. Okay, so Amazon forest burning means that was really a great danger for all of us living, for all of us being alive. Okay, and the plants, we are, we can say 100% dependent upon the plants. For what? Not only for food, for also oxygen as well as food. And not only we children, all the living organisms, the birds, the insects, even the carnivorous animals, the herbivores, all of us directly or indirectly are dependent upon the plants, okay, for our energy, for carrying out our different metabolic functions. So producers are big plants, small plants, even the phytoplanktons it is said. There is another one, phytoplanktons, Plantons. Okay, so phytoplanktons are unicellular plantlets, okay, you can say that which are found in the water. So phytoplanktons, so these phytoplanktons, the algae, okay, and the larger plants, whatever it is, that which contains chlorophyll, that which prepares the food, okay, that comes into producers. And how do the producers do? They carry out photosynthesis. Now photosynthesis ka requirement you have studied earlier, okay, with the help of carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll, isn't it? So that is again, it prepares the organic compounds. So this organic, that is starch or glucose, whatever is produced, and we are dependent upon the plants for that starch and glucose, plus oxygen which we require for breathing. So producers. Now let's come to consumers. So plants which feeds the whole of the universe, all the living organisms, okay, so they are producers. And consumers, we, all the animals plus human beings, the birds, the insects, we all feed upon the producers. So we are consumers. And decomposers, we all have a definite lifespan. So after completing that lifespan, we have to die, isn't it children? And when we die, if nothing degrades us, क्योंकि our body is made up of again complex organic compounds. हमने बोला कि as a result of photosynthesis, okay, what is formed? Complex organic compounds, that is starch or glucose. We eat that starch and glucose. So it is our body contains that complex organic compounds. So when we die off, it has to be broken down. Okay, broken down by decomposers. That is either the fungus, the bacteria, the microorganisms acts upon our body to degrade the complex organic compounds into simple inorganic substances complex organic compounds are broken into simple inorganic substances in order to break the components, in order to release the components, okay, back into the soil, so that it can be consumed by other plants. Got it? So all the living organisms, whether it is a small insect, even an ant, okay, a rat, a cat, human beings, plants, whatever it is, we die. And we all have to be degraded with the help of decomposers. So decomposers play a very important role in cycling. Nutrient cycling you must have studied in 9th standard. So nutrient cycling, it plays a very important role. We'll also study some of the cyclings over here. So in maintaining the components in the universe, in the earth, in the environment, it plays a very important role. और decomposers नहीं होता तो क्या होता? सारे जगह there would be piles of dead organisms. Got it? So decomposers play a very important role in our universe. So this particular lecture was to discuss about ecosystem and its components. Hope you would have understood, children. Do keep watching the lectures, okay, and put your comments, okay, down. I've also started preparing English lectures, okay. So do watch my English lectures also, okay, and clear off your doubts, whatever it is there. Okay, children. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to subscribe the channel so that you get the notification as soon as I upload a video. Do watch all the videos. Watch my motivational videos also. That will also help you to get good marks. Okay, help you to become good human beings. All that. Okay. So do like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel. And put comments. Okay, that helps me a lot. Thank you.